Hi everyone, it's Kim George or Kimberly George. I am Kim Likes to Color with a number 2 on Instagram, and also the creator of the books by Snickerdoodling LLC, the lighthearted mandala books or mandala books. I say that, I know I say mandala, but in Aubrey, Texas, it's mandala, but I know it's mandala, so y'all can judge me if you want on that. Anyway, I thought today I would hop on and teach you something fun, which is called the bubble effect, I think. It's something fun that I learned from a Facebook group, and so I thought I would just share the knowledge and pass it along, and maybe you could have some fun with it. If you've ever had a page that just felt overwhelming, or it's got too many details, and you want to color it, but you know, looking at it in the back of your mind, I'm never going to finish this thing. This is a really fun way to create your art on this page without having to do the whole darn thing. So here is what I'm talking about. Bubbles. But this is the mushroom page from Johanna Basford's, remember we call her J Bass, Rooms of Wonder book. And I've seen some incredible art with this page. And for me, I just thought there's no way in heck I'm going to color all of this. And look, ooh, I've got, see, there you go. Little goofy part there. Ignore that. You don't see that. There, I'm kidding. Okay, anyway, this is a super fun way though to still get to color these little elements, but not have to do all 893 of them. So another fun thing you can do with this is I did this here with one of my pages for my first book, and I took the same concept and tried to create this drip effect. I had a monthly challenge on my Instagram page, and that month it was to do part of your mandala in color and part in black and white. And so I thought I'm going to have fun and drip the color over the monochrome part of it. So there's a lot of different things you can do if you understand the basics of how to pull this off. So I am going to show you how to do that today. And let me move this stuff over here. Okay, so what you need is you need something round. This is the cap off of some body spray. Oh, by the way, here you go. In the Stars from Bath and Body Works. Yes, this is a lovely scent, and it's my favorite, and I stole the cap off of it, and we're going to use it today to draw our little circle or our bubble. I've also got a white gel pen. This is, and you can't even really see the, yeah, in the light there. This is a white, it's a Pentel, it says Hybrid Gel Grip DX, which is hard to see there with the light reflecting on it. I got this pen, I watched Sarah Renee Clark did a video on all of her, she like got a crap ton of white gel pens to figure out which one was the best and the most opaque. And this was one of the top ones she rated. So I will leave a link for that in the description for you guys. And then I'm gonna use my Prismacolors. I've got some blues, greens, and pinks. So the first thing we're going to do is take this guy, and we're just going to draw, let's see, let's just draw a circle like right here. And you don't have to make it perfectly, you know, it doesn't have to perfectly line up with the design on the page, and just something light enough so that you can see it. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pick a light source. So I'm going to have the light source coming from this direction here. And when we do that, if you can't remember where your light source is, you can drop something on your page. I've seen people put a penny on their page. I have nail polish, just to remind me. Here's my light source. So what we're going to do is we're going to color the background, and we're going to go from where the light's coming in, and we're going to make the background light to dark. So as you can see here, my light source was from the bottom of the page. So we're going to take it from light to dark as we color. Okay. All right. So why don't we do that? We'll get started. I'm going to use blues. I'm just going to start coloring in the background here. I could move the nail polish, but you get what I'm saying there. So we're just going to color this in. And let's see. Like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect, but just for showing you guys how I'm doing this today. So I was having a video conversation with my friend Faye on Instagram, and I had told her that it's funny because when I started coloring, I just used to straight color everything. And now it's impossible for me to not shade. I have to shade everything, which is a blessing and a curse, because if you feel like you need to shade everything, you're just going to slow down. Now for this effect, you do need to shade everything because you are going from light to dark on this bubble here. And look at this little piece of the background over here. Okay. And this is light cerulean blue, number 6. Oh, well, I've got my pencils numbered. This is PC904. I'll put these pencils in the description section for you guys as well. And I'll blend this better. I'll come back and do that. Now I'm moving to Blue Lake, which is PC1102. Okay. Color that. Color that. And I'm just kind of like sketching this in a little bit, not being real super neat, but just trying to give you guys an idea of how this goes. Okay, next I have True Blue, PC993. That's not in focus. There we go. I'm not real good at always doing that, so thanks for putting up with that, but I'll call out the number for you, just in case. Okay, here we go. So you can see, and don't forget to overlap your colors a little bit. So that's True Blue. Now, China Blue. Oops, there we go. China Blue, PC1100. This is such a pretty blue. Okay, get that going there. Bring it over here a little bit. And I guess we'll bring it into that little crook right there. Let me get my little, don't forget your little makeup brush. Then I've got the darkest blue I'm going with is Indanthrone Blue. And that is PC. It's a mystery, but it's in my box, it's number 60. I'll get that for you guys. It's the mystery blue, but this is a really pretty, oops, and there I go, breaking the lines. Really pretty navy blue. Okay. Do. Feel free to sing along. Okay. All right, so now I'm just gonna go back and like blend these colors a little bit better. Okay. So remember, the way I do this is I go light to dark, and then when I'm blending, I work backwards from dark to light. Oh, I'm going to show you. Here's my other favorite tool. It's an Ohuhu battery operated eraser. I got this off of Amazon, and see this guy right here? That little boo-boo? Watch this. You just kind of, it won't be perfect, but it'll lift up a lot of that color for you if you mess up. So this saves me a ton. Okay, let's go back to, now I'm back to Blue Lake. Okay, get that going here. Remember to stay within your circle line. And what's fun about this bubble effect is you can draw, you don't have to do a perfect circle. You can draw, like you saw on that mushroom page, little blobby shapes. You can draw a rhombus if you wanted to. And how many of you remember rhombuses, or is it rhombi from geometry? I used to love math. And especially when I got to, it was spatial geometry, and we had to like calculate the volume of a 3D sphere. Oh my gosh, you guys, I used to love drawing those. So my shading was on point. I'm not gonna lie. Is this one? I might have gotten my pencils out of order here. Nope, that looks right. Okay. Anyway, so rhombuses, rhombi, whatever. Draw whatever you want. Invent new shapes. Okay. And then the last one, going back to our original powder blue. So you can see here, just kind of blending it, staying within that gray line. Okay. So again, this is not perfect, but you get the idea. Okay. So there's our background. So we went light to dark. Now I'm going to take some pinks and do the heart. I'll try to be quicker here for you guys. Pink. This is Deco pink, which is my favorite pink. It's super pretty. You know, this always reminds me of like maybe what a little girl's room would be, this color pink. And then I'm going to go ahead and color in as if these little arches are going over the pink. And it looks like I got a little something on my pencil there. Okay. So I'm doing that. We'll just keep going. Bring this down a little bit further. Okay, my next pink, and this guy, look, he's a little stumpy guy, but he's, I got this little pencil holder on Amazon as well, and these are awesome because then, you know, you pay a lot for your pencils and you want to get the most out of them. So they were recommended to me by a lot of my Instagram friends. They were like, why don't you have these? And I thought, you know what? I don't know. So I bought some and I love them. So there you go. Oops. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go back over that with green later anyway. All right. Last color is Mulberry. And you can see how much I love these pencils. The numbers are worn off. So again, I'll put all the numbers in the description for you because I don't know what it is. I love my pinks. And if you follow my personal Instagram account, you'll see that I color with a lot of bright pink in my pictures. I just love it, which is kind of funny because growing up, I never was someone that wore a lot of pink or had an affinity for pink, but now it's just, I can't color without it. And these are like the nubs in my pencil box. Okay, so I'm just going back. Oh my gosh, I still have that color over there. That dark color. We'll just ignore that. We'll call that an artistic embellishment. How about that? Whenever I make a mistake, it's at the artist's discretion and it's on purpose. Did I miss my, you know what guys? I missed my hot pink. I did not lay down my hot pink. Ugh, Kim. Do you guys talk to yourself when you color? Okay, there we go. So again, a little sloppy, but you get it. Now for the green, I'm going to do some real light shading on the green here. Nothing super crazy. Just going in lighter. Ew, that looks gross. That needs to be covered up with a dark green. And this is how we cover up mistakes. Yay, look at that. I'm not kidding. There are times when I actually go in and color black because I messed up and made such a mess out of something, or I went so badly out of the lines with a dark color that I'm like, oh, that's an opportunity to put a dark color right there. So anyway, this is a little bit of a hot mess, but I'm having fun. And remember, the whole goal of coloring is to have fun. If you are stressing out because you're coloring or you're on a page that's stressful, that kind of defeats the purpose, right? So just step back if you're getting stressed and just have fun. So this guy up here, we'll put down a little, and you can see that little tip is outside of the gray line. So I'm going to try to color just up to that tip and then shade a little bit more there, a little bit more here. Okay. All right. And now here we go. We can do this here. So really, you can just shade. I mean, I guess in theory, if I really thought about this, I could take like the same light to dark. Like this is clearly darker pink than this blue here, right? So I could, if I wanted to be perfectly anal retentive about it, do my shading that way. But again, I don't care. So I just kind of do it the way I like it, try to make it look good as best I can. Okay. And maybe I picked a little section that was too detailed for this video, but we'll just roll with it. Anyway, while we're here, I wanted to reach out and tell you guys, thank you so much for the really warm reception of the Amazon paper video. I was overwhelmed by the response. I wasn't sure anybody would even watch it. And so, thank you. I have so much gratitude right now, and I just really appreciate all of you. Okay, let's do something fun, and we'll just take the pink in here again. This time, hello, hot pink. Oh my goodness. My pencils are muddy, y'all. Muddy pencils. You know, that might be a good name for a rock band. Okay, imagine the concert t-shirts. Okay, muddy pencils. Here we go. And I'm doing these pencils out of order. Whoops. And okay, here we go. Sort of burnishing as I go. So like I said, I tend to cheat the system with Prismas when it comes to doing all the layers. Now this page I'm coloring is out of my Lighthearted Mandalas 2 book. Let's see, that pencil, the little, whatchamacallit, the lead is about to pop out of that thing. I've got this pencil sharpener, so I have the, this is the sharpener I normally use for my Prismas. This was highly recommended by a lot of people with Prismas pencils, but I also have my little lazy power pencil thing, and sometimes when I use this happens. Boop. So anyway, there you go. I'm just going to stick that over there. So we aren't using the Mulberry anymore for this exercise. Okay, now that we're down here, I'm going to, Kim, stop talking, color more, color faster. Here we go. We're going to power color. Put your back into it, Kim. Okay. Anyway. So there we go there. And then what I'm going to do here is I'll pull some more green over here. If you could see the mess that's outside of the camera right now. Or maybe you can, I don't know. That's okay. Remember, this is a no judgment zone. Okay, whoops. Okay, get that there. So these colors are Chartreuse, then spring green. I don't think I told you all the greens. Apple green, and then grass green. This grass green is so pretty. And I love just mixing that up with the other greens. Okay. I have a weird thing about loving to color green. Okay. So let's just, in the interest of time, normally I would probably do this in like a real pretty gold, add a gold metallic effect to it, but I'm just trying to get this done for y'all. Okay, and then here, we're gonna color this. Okay, this is called Kim Speed Color Mode. All right, and since we broke the Mulberry lid, we're going to end with Process Red here, which, oh my goodness, y'all. I know I talked about my pinks, but this really is a really pretty red. It's my favorite. I mean, pink, 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 pink. Okay. We're going to bring the blue down. Let's bring the blue back down in this background. So I think we'll pick up with like, probably here with the true blue. I guess that sort of matches. Good enough. Good enough, y'all. Okay. And then here we've got the China blue again. So I'm trying to be consistent with the blue. I'm bringing down the page here. And then you'll see when we do our shadows in a little while how I will shore that up. Oops, okay, and again, this is not a perfect coloring session. Okay, and then we'll just do greens here again. Chartreuse. And this is where I just start to assembly line stuff, and I just do all the same elements at the same time, so I don't have to keep going back and forth with my colors. And just burnishing as I go. Don't forget to overlap your layers. And then lastly, the true green. Okay, now what I'm going to do is come back to my pink, and I'll probably go hot pink. Well, that's done because that's processed red right above it. Sorry guys, you know what? I should have started out with a quarter, not that big bottle cap size. But you know what? At least now you know what Bath & Body scent I like. Okay, so we're just going to bring this down here. Now you can see here's my gray line. Yay, we're getting close. Okay, and we're just going to color, oops, I'm just going to make that guy pink. Okay. Green. All right. There we go. Okay. Very messy. Yeah, maybe if I wouldn't talk about how messy it was, maybe I wouldn't actually notice. But it's a bad habit of mine. Okay, let's do, I got my pencil in my mouth. We're gonna do green here, here. I got my dark blue here. Okay. Okay, and now we can do, I guess, some more green here. I probably should have done 4 color families. That's all right. We're going to shade all of this anyway in a little bit. In fact, why don't we go back over that a little bit more. Okay, here we are. So I think if I do this next time, I will have one pre-colored in, and then I can just show you how we bubble it. That would have been smarter. But you know what? I just operate in what I call winging it mode most of the time. So it's a fun place to be, and sometimes not a fun place to be. Gets you into trouble like now. Okay. All right, so there you go. So you can see we have our circle. So now one thing I need, and I realize I didn't pull this out, is my black pencil. And here you go. Okay, this is PC935. And let me sharpen this guy real quick. All right, I think that's good enough. So now what I'm going to do, now you can do this a couple ways. You don't have to use black. You could use this dark blue if you wanted to here. I'm just going to go over my circle here. Scoot all the things out of the way. Oh, I realized I forgot to color right there. That's all right. I'm not being real super neat. Okay, oops, I went outside the lines there. My green. That's okay. All right. So we said the light. Let me zoom in. I'm sorry, you guys. That's a fail. So we said the light was coming in here. So what I want to do now is darken this up over here. And I'm just going to take this black. I'm going to just kind of lightly shade over here. Just real light. Just going to add a little shade. Oops. That's kind of messy. How many times have I said that on this video? That's kind of messy. If that could fit on a license plate, I would just own that. Okay, so we're just going to shade. And what makes a really nice shadow is if you really emphasize a dark line here. So you make that line really sharp. Okay. And like I said, I'm just taking this. And you could even take like the navy in here. We could sort of, or the Indanthrone blue. It's not navy, whatever. You can do that too. I'm just doing like little circles. Just trying to make it a little darker. Starting to see how it's getting a little 3D effect, a little bit. So the magic is in the gel pen, but you have to do all this other stuff first to make that really pop and work. Now, when you look at a reflective surface, like a perfect example is if you see a droplet of water, like a raindrop or something like that, the brightest highlight is always over the darkest section. So you want to make sure you've got enough, take your shadow deep enough so you can have fun with your highlights. And then there's a little bit of highlight here. And then, all right, so what we're going to do, so I've got this gel pen that we're going to use to put some highlights on here. You could use a Posca pen, but I'm going to show you, for me, Posca pens are hit and miss because Posca pens, in my experience, pick up the pigment from the pencil. So you can see here, when I tried to do this bubble, it picked up the, I think that's probably like a mulberry or something, one of my purpley pinky Prismas. And even with several layers, it turned that white highlight pink. So that's why my own personal preference is to use this gel pen. So like I said, this is, oh, that's not even writing. This is the hybrid. There we go. I'll get this down one of these days, guys. That's not even working. Hybrid Gel Grip DX. And so now we're just going to make a line. And they kind of, sometimes these highlights have like a little bit of a point where it sort of like drops off. Like that. You can bring some highlights around here. You can have a very thin highlight, like some little dots over here at the top. But this is really going to be your main section. You don't want to over highlight it like I kind of am now, but you get the idea. So that's that highlight that really gives it the depth of field that you're looking for. And then the last thing you can do is add a little shadow outside the bubble. Just on this side here. And that also gives it a little depth effect. Okay. And again, you can really harden that line And you can just add that shadow. And it's going to be dark. The shadow will be darker up against the line, and then you just sort of fade it as you move out. So there, how does that look? What do y'all think? I hope that you'll try this. And if you do try it, tag me so I can see it and applaud you and praise your work, because I know it's going to be lovely and fabulous. And there we go. So I hope y'all have enjoyed the video. Thanks for putting up with me talking to myself. But I think that's it for today. And like I said, I'll leave the links in the description for you. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. Y'all have a good one. Bye.